Okay. Look at these Kings, man. Look at these Kings. They going right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row. Man, oh man, I'm loving it. And it goes to what I always say, or what I've been saying lately anyway, is that the Kings need to string together some wins, string together some victories, go back up, start climbing back up this Western Conference. It was going to take work, but it's finally happening. The Kings are stringing together a nice little win streak here that is helping them move up the Western Conference, currently in 9th place, all the way down from 12th to 9th, just off of this win streak alone. Are the Kings going to be able to win the rest of their games? No, but they need to keep doing things like this where they're stringing together wins. When you lose, you don't lose too many games. You don't go on a 5-6 game losing streak. You lose one game, maybe 2 games at most, and then you go back on your winning streak again. That's what really good teams do. That's what championship teams do. So whatever magic dust Doug Christie has sprinkled over these guys, I'm loving it. Now, I did miss a game. I missed the Boston game, which was an unbelievable win for the Kings. They were able to go out there in Boston and smash them boys out there. The Boston Celtics just looked really surprised. They just looked really taken back by how good the Kings were. They were hitting shots. They were playing defense. And honestly, the Boston Celtics defense looked really bad that night. The Kings were doing whatever they wanted and hitting shots, wide open shots, constantly. Keegan Murray was hitting threes. He was wide open so many times. And I don't know if the Boston Celtics just took the Kings lightly, or if the Kings are just that good, or if the Boston Celtics are kind of sleepwalking through the season right now. We're about halfway through the season, pretty close here. If that's how Boston plays defense regularly, they're not going to win a championship. But my opinion, they're going to have to play us a lot harder the next time we play them. But it was just a very good victory. It was good to see the Kings hitting open shots, and it was good to see them playing some defense against the East Coast team, where usually they're a little tougher on defense out in the East Coast. And in Chicago, the Sacramento Kings defeat the Chicago Bulls 124-119. And currently, as I was just saying, the Sacramento Kings are now 20-19. They have gone over 500 and are currently in 9th place in the division, which would be good enough for a play-in tournament game. So the Kings can't settle here. They can't stop moving here. They need to try to keep moving up in this division. Let's try to get a playoff spot. Let's get up there in the, you got to get to 6, because 7, 8, 9, and 10 are play-in teams. So let's see if these guys can move up to 6. One game at a time, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Keep this win streak going if they can. And if they do lose, just get back on another win streak. Hey guys, and I really appreciate you watching. I got some really good things I'm gonna say about the Sacramento Kings and this Bulls game. But real quick, I ask that you please hit that like button. If you're into Kings talk, NBA talk, you like hearing games analyzed, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you can, please share the content. Share it to any of your social medias. I'd really appreciate it. And make a comment. Making comments even help me kick the algorithm's ass. And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm new, just trying to get some subscribers here so we can do some more live things and some more fun stuff later. And I want to say welcome, YouTube, and all my folks out there. And to you Kings fans, it's your guy, Jay Woods, aka Shy the Man, and I'm back at you with another episode of the Kings Morning After Midday Cup of Joe with Jay.
I love it.
Oh man, I gotta admit my coffee's cold. I need to go get a refill. I'm cold and I'm low. I'll be back. I'm gonna get a refill real quick. Oh yeah, way better, way better. Nice and hot. Ooh, really strong. Just like the Kings right now on the 6-game win streak. I got my Minions Cup today. And today is January 13th, 2025. Welcome into the new year. We are about halfway through the month now, well into the new year. Appreciate you being here to watch this. Hopefully you're here for the whole show. And today is Monday.
Baby, I'ma be a motivation.
Motivated Monday.
Yeah.
Go.
Let's get motivated for the week. It's time to make some money. It's time to work. It's time to do what you do. Let's get motivated Monday.
Motivation. Go.
And my cup of joe for today is, I kind of went over it a little bit in the beginning, but man, the Kings, how many times have you guys heard me say, if you actually listen to my videos and you subscribe, please do that. The Kings need to string together some victories. They need to string together some wins. That's exactly what they're doing. This is great. We have moved up 3 places in the Western Conference. Keep stringing these wins together. I don't know what kind of magic dust mojo cream Doug Christie has sprinkled and spread on these guys, but it's wonderful. I love it. I love it. Keep it going. Keep at it. However he simplified the offense, whatever roles he gave these guys, however great the rotation is, whatever his philosophy on defense is, it's all working. So keep at it. That's my cup of joe. Black, 1 creamer. I'm gonna give you guys some stats, some quick stats, so you guys don't tune out. See how quick I could do these stats. So the Sacramento Kings won 124 to 119. Both teams scored pretty well in the first quarter. Looks like the Bulls kind of went up a little bit and looked like the Bulls had a 2-point lead going into the half, 61 to 62. Or 63, excuse me. And the Kings had a decent enough third quarter. It outscored the Bulls in the fourth. Now, this game was a little bit of a back and forth game with the Bulls going up in the third quarter, back and forth. But in the end, the Kings outscored the Bulls and played enough defense to hold them back and close out the game. And for the Bulls, Zach LaVine was the big scorer with 36 points. Josh Giddey, the guard, had 11 rebounds and was also the leading assist getter. So good on Josh Giddey. Zach LaVine also had 10 rebounds, so it's kind of obvious Vucevic needs to work a little bit harder down low, in my opinion. Talen Horton-Tucker, 10 points off the bench. And for the Sacramento Kings, De'Aaron Fox with the big 26 points on the night. Domantas Sabonis was the second leading scorer with 22, and DeMar DeRozan with 21. Big 3, averaging over 20 points per game. Domantas Sabonis with the big 15 rebounds and 8 assists. Malik Monk was the leading assist getter with 9. And off the bench, didn't have too much production off the bench, but also didn't need it because the 5 was just so big on this night. Keon Ellis coming in with the big 8 points. Trey Lyles with the big 8 rebounds. Team stats, both teams shot in the mid to upper 40s. 3-point percentage, Bulls had a big 48% three-point percentage. They hit 5 more threes than the Kings, which is about 15 more points than the Kings in threes. Free throws, both teams shot decent. Bulls 75, Kings 81%. The Kings shot 2 more free throws than the Bulls. Rebounds, Kings 53, Bulls 45. The Kings had 7 more assists than the Bulls. Everything was just about even. Kings with about 14 more points in the paint than the Bulls, and that was probably the difference in the game. Eye test. We're going to take an eye test. All right. Kings eye test. Eye test. I need to give the Kings an eye test. Yeah. Eye test. Eye test. Eye test. We're going to go over a few plays here. Just the end of the game, just to see how the Kings closed out the game this time around. Okay, at this point in the game, we're about halfway through the third quarter. And the Bulls are up by 5 here. They actually go up to 7 right here. Kings were able to close it out. Nice pass to Keegan. Keegan getting his drive on and down low on. I like to see it. Beautiful passing down low for both teams, actually. It's pretty much the end of the third quarter here. And as you can see, Trey Lyles with the big shot and one. Kings down by 1 at this point. DeRozan with the clutch midi game. Oh, he missed it. I'm surprised, honestly. De'Aaron Fox with the big 3 at the end of the third. Looking very confident in his 3-point shooting as of late. DeRozan with his step to the right shot that he's been taking lately puts the Kings up by 1 at this point. And the Bulls are still driving on the Kings, as you can see late in the game. And De'Aaron with the big-time 3. Not afraid to take the shot. Feeling very confident in his 3-point shot as of late. His 3-pointer has looked a lot better, and he has been shooting the 3 a lot better this part of the season. Beautiful pass by Malik Monk to Sabonis. That 2-man game between those two guys is very potent. Horton Tucker was balling. He hit a 3 late in the game. DeRozan with the clutch game. Who says he cannot shoot 3s? Puts the Kings up by 1 about halfway through the fourth. And Zach LaVine was not going away either. He was shooting the ball very well as well. Clutch game, DeRozan over his buddy LaVine. They were going at it. They were going back and forth. You could tell DeRozan wanted this game bad. Whenever you go back and play your old teammates, you always play hard. Keon Ellis coming in off the bench, playing clutch as he always does with his defensive and 3-point shooting game. Malik Monk lives off the clutch. He loves the clutch. Give him the ball at the end of the game. He wants it. Never scared. Beautiful drive by LaVine all the way to the basket. Got past about 3 Kings defenders on that one. Good defense. Who started that? Your boy Keon. Beautiful alley-oop 2-man game. Malik Monk to De'Aaron Fox. I don't think a lot of people realize how good of a passer Malik Monk is sometimes. Step through game for DeRozan. Love the offense. Love the offense. Zach LaVine puts the Bulls down by 1. Kings were able to hit a shot. They're up by 3 at this point with 25 seconds left. Malik Monk got blocked on the drive. There it is. Big smiles from DeMar DeRozan. You know when he has a good game, he always has these big smiles on his face at the end of the game. So, hey, good on the Kings. As you can see, they were hitting shots. DeRozan is clutch master. Fox is a clutch master as well. And as you can see, Monk and Keon also are very good in the clutch as well. They're able to close out these games by playing some defense at the end of games, getting steals and getting fast breaks and hitting their shots, hitting their 3-pointers, which is very important. They've been hitting their 3s at a very high clip on the road even. So this is how they've been able to pull off some of these wins. And as you heard the man say, Kings on a 7-game win streak. That's my eye test. Bottom line, the Kings morning after. Bottom line. Today's bottom line is that the Kings are playing very well under Doug Christie currently. They whatever Christie has enacted is working. I mean, who's to say that this wouldn't happen with Brown? But in my opinion, he had clearly lost the locker room, or at least his star player and maybe a couple of the other players. And the team is obviously playing for Doug Christie at this point. I mean, you could just the way they play looks different. On defense, they're going all out, and the guys that are getting playing time are the perfect guys that the Kings need on defense in clutch and at the end of games. Namely, Keon Ellis, and a couple other guys that. I mean, Doug still keeps a pretty tight rotation, but there's guys that he plays more than Mike Brown played. And namely one of them is Keon Ellis. Keegan Murray seems to have been unlocked. He's hitting his shots. Maybe he's just hitting his shots now, but he needs to keep doing that. And the Kings have been shooting really well. I don't know if they have more energy or if there's something to, their inner spirits are revitalized, but they're hitting shots. They're playing very clutch, and they're playing good defense at the end of the games. And that's what is contributing to this winning streak that the Kings have. And that's my bottom line. Next up. Okay, and so tomorrow, the Sacramento Kings will be facing the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee, 5 p.m. our time, Pacific time. Be there or be square. And also subscribe so you can get my game analysis the next day after the game, when I do my next episode of The Morning After, Cup of Joe with Jay. And click that notification bell so you can get notified when that next episode drops. And the Milwaukee Bucks, as we all know, is led by your guy, Giannis Antetokounmpo. They added Damian Lillard, and they had Chris Middleton, who won the championship with them. Brooke Lopez, Torian Prince, AJ Green, Bobby Portis Jr., Gary Trent, Ryan Collins, Marjon Bucamp, AJ Johnson, just to name a few. Now, we know this team won a championship a few years ago. They added Damian Lillard in hopes of chasing another championship. In my opinion, they still are a little deficient, although this is still a very good team, and the Kings are playing them in their home court, so the Kings are definitely going to have to step it up. They're going to have to play the way they played against the Celtics. The Kings really don't have a person that can guard Antetokounmpo. Sabonis, he can try, and he does well down low, putting the body on guys most of the time. We know he's not a shot blocker, and Antetokounmpo is very athletic. So that's going to be the main thing, in my opinion, is being able to slow down Antetokounmpo. And we can't let Damian Lillard hit a bunch of shots and a bunch of crazy threes. Chris Middleton is finally back from injury. We can't let him hit his shot. We got to make him uncomfortable every time he shoots. He's also a midi game, clutch game type player. So we just need to keep our bodies as close as possible to these shooters, keep our hands up, and not let these guys do too much in the paint, and the Kings can win. Betting lines. As I always tell you guys, I don't have the betting lines because the game is tomorrow. The betting lines usually come out the night of, midnight of, day of. So the Kings betting lines won't be out until tomorrow. But if you're interested in doing some sports bets, I would use BetUS. And I have a link down in the description to BetUS. It's where I bet. I'm in California, and I'm able to do sports bet using BetUS. And if you use BetUS using the link in the description, it'll help out the channel a little bit. So go ahead and use that link. And this site is good for doing traditional bets. It's obviously different than the Prize Picks, but you can do parlay bets on this site as well, which is pretty much all Prize Picks is just a bunch of parlay bets. You can do parlay bets on this site as well. I like parlay bets, and I do those sometimes. I also do boxing bets on here. It's fun to do boxing bets on this site as well. So You can bet anywhere you are. Just use the link in the description below. For today's games, they're saying the Minnesota Timberwolves are favored by about 14.5 points to win tonight. How do you feel about that? The Golden State Warriors are favored by about 5.5 over the Raptors. The Knicks 7.5 over the Pistons. The Houston Rockets are favored by 3.5 over the Grizzlies. How do you guys feel about that game? Do you feel like the Grizzlies could beat them, or get within 3.5 points? The Clippers are favored by 7 points over the Heat, and the Lakers are favored by 3.5 over the Spurs. So how do you guys feel about those games? Are any of those odds lopsided to you? Make a bet. Go down, click the link below in the description where I'm talking about Bet US in the description, and you can do sports betting too, no matter where you're at. They also have the straight money line bets, which is just a straight up bet, and they have overs and unders as well if you like that. And if you like parlay bets, all you have to do is pick a bunch of different bets that you think will win, and they start filling up here. And depending on what you want to bet, you can't even actually see that. Let's see if I can change that, bro. So you can't really see this thing off to the side, I know, because the way my screen is cut. But basically what's happening is, as I pick these different bets, they're filling up over here, and depending on what I want to bet, I just go into the parlay section, put how much I want, and it'll tell me how much I win from the parlay I'm doing. So you can do that as well. Go ahead and check it out. Click the link below, and you can bet on Bet. And I got a question for you guys. If you can, make a comment below. How do you guys feel the Kings are doing under Doug Christie? Comment below, let me know. Do you think the Kings could make a push for the playoffs and an actual playoff spot, not just a play-in game spot? Let me know. Make a comment. Make a quick comment. Let me know. And if you make a comment before I make my next video, I actually put your comments in the next video. So that's a cool thing to see. Subscribe so you can check that out. Make a comment, and I'll post your comment in the next video. Appreciate you. Or if you got a question for me, post it in the comments, and I'll post that on the next video as well. You just have to comment before I make the next video. And also, guys, please, I ask, if you're still watching to this point, click that like button. It helps me, helps the channel out, and also subscribe. If you like the analysis I've given, you like Kings talk, you like Kings news, click that subscribe button. We always have new news and new different shows coming up, different interviews, and different topics that we make content on. You're going to want to see those things, so click that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can see, so you'll be notified when the next episode of my show comes out. Also, make a comment. Comments help as well. Answer the question I asked. Comment about anything. Comment about the weather. I don't care. Comment about me. I don't care. How am I doing? Am I doing okay? What do you guys think about the show? Make the comment. Also, share the content. I really appreciate it if you shared the content. Post it to your social medias. You're like, hey, there's a new Kings Talk guy out here in town. Go ahead and subscribe. I would really appreciate that as well. You guys are what makes this thing go. All right, I have a motivational quote for you guys today. I thought this quote was pretty interesting. This quote is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. I'm not sure who that is, but obviously he's a famous person, or else he wouldn't be listed as quoting this. And it goes like this. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. And that makes a lot of sense to me. The only person you're destined to become is the person you decide to be.